Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm back on review mode. So I was reading the autobiography of Booker T. Washington, which is called Up From Slavery. And it's just a short read, such a great read that I said, I could just knock this out real quick, you know what I mean? Because it's worth somebody actually reading. If you're into understanding how did some African Americans elevate from slavery? Because remember, African Americans today are still asking for reparations and stuff like that. So it was no handouts. It's a struggle coming out of slavery for most African Americans. Even though some African Americans, like my grandfather, they started businesses and progress that way, or they partnered with their former masters and started business. A lot of them just had to just migrate to find jobs, create contracts with their masters to feed themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't, you know what I mean, slaves. They living on other people's land. They trying to figure out own stuff themselves. So like you get the lifestyle of, you know what I mean, somebody coming out of slavery and what slavery was like, you know what I mean? Because he lived basically in a cabin that was a double for the kitchen for the master, which, you know what I mean, he said in the summertime, I always think about this, in the summertime, pre air conditioning, like, and that's doubling as the kitchen. Boy, you are cooking up in that joint, you know what I'm saying? And he lives in Virginia, you know what I'm saying? From Virginia. I got some notes. I usually don't even take notes. That's how you know I like what I read. So let me see what part of VA you from. Oh, Franklin County, you know what I mean, Virginia. So he was born around 1858 or 59. Nobody really knows because, you know what I mean, wasn't that much accountability for slaves at that time. It was dope, you know what I mean, for him to enlighten people. Yo, black people don't really have a hateful nature, you know what I mean? Your environment will bring some hateful shit out, but by nature, we're not really hateful people. We're not really backstabbers. We ain't into all that the extra shit. By nature, shit. We holier than thou. Let's be honest. It's holier than thou. It's just some just had lived in a shitty condition and gets shitty situations happening. So we're not gonna go on that why factor right now. We're gonna go into, you know, Booker T. Washington is biracial. His father, I guess, owned another plantation and was messing around with his mom, and he never knew his father, but he didn't knock his father, which I thought was so noble and so intelligent for him to recognize it was the system of slavery, anti-black sentiments going on why they couldn't be together. It's not because love, because the guy could have loved his mother, and it could have been the father saying, we don't do that and you can't, the whole 9 yards, and scared him to death, and he didn't take that shot. So he was intelligent enough to really peep game on that level with that, you know what I mean? Sometimes in life the system could hold you back and hold back love. Which also was dope was he talked about the slaves, you know what I mean, stashing food, arms, and stuff like that in the woods and stuff like that, and waiting for uh, the military people to slide through and come get the stuff. And he said, "Them, I guess, in my third eye, if you come up there and you ain't down with the get down, you're gonna lay down." Facts. My interpretations. Oh, we talk about the interpretations of you come up here with the master, and that slave that's sitting in the house, he's there to execute, like security. Like it's just a different mindset of some gangster slave shit going down that nobody's probably thinking of. Like you gotta think of it, it's marauders. So say if you got some marauders from another county coming to your county, And you got a couple slaves on deck that, I mean, they go hunt with you. They gonna cut out there at them cats like man, it just makes you think it was different. So different mindset going coming from this book about African Americans' participation in the Civil War, um, and just how they felt about the master, the black and white relationship. Like, there's no real ill will. Like, I'm raised around all black people majority of my life. We don't talk or sit around and talk about white people. Like, it's stuff that just doesn't happen. It's like we don't do that. Like, and we know on the other side you can't say the same because organizations were created just to talk about how to keep the minorities down. So think about that. A little nobleness to there. I mean, I'm no disrespect, but I gotta hold down my people because the news make my people like shit. So I don't. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, it's noble ones out there. Don't get confused by the news. Don't forget that it's blacks serving in this militaries around the world and shit like that. You know what I mean? Colin Powell, shit like that. I ain't gonna say too much. So let's keep it moving. So slavery ends. They gotta unbrainwash the slaves to actually want to leave the property. Like, this is a reality now. So they doing little weekly passes with they self. Like, you're free. They doing weekly passes with their self. Leave the plantation and come back just to get comfortable coming and going. Like, psychologically, I'm free. But at the same time, like you talk about, you're still black in America. So that's another level. Like, he thought he could just go up in a hotel and sleep one night. No, Jim Crow probably wasn't created and said yet, but it was already in motion. You know what I'm saying? So, moving beyond that, so slavery ends. His mom gets the opportunity to make some money out, or his stepfather gets some money to get some money out in West Virginia, salt mines or whatever type of mine they got out there. They book it and roll, like, and that's a hard ride. He talk about miles. Oregon Trail. If you play the game Oregon Trail, them dudes is on some Oregon Trail shit. Like, that's hard living, man. Grannies die on Oregon Trail. Like, let's be honest. Oregon Trail is a hard game. And they were living Oregon Trail, so they made the West Virginia, and he didn't live the lifestyle of a kid. Like, he admits, he never lived the lifestyle of a kid because as a slave he worked. He go out to West Virginia, he go out there and work. Like, and he wanted to educate himself. Like, that was crazy how he explained it. Like, it was a gold rush for African Americans seeking education. It was not like today how everybody preaching, school's a waste of time, school's a waste of time. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that because if I know more than you know, one day I might have that angle up on you. The more you know, the more or less somebody could just maneuver you some type of way, like, or you might learn something that make you want to create something different. Like, it's great experience going to school, colleges too. Like, I'm not gonna regret it. I had me a great job just because I didn't even graduate that college. I took one class, got me a great job in the IT sector because I took one IT class in college. So I would not say education is a waste at all. And I know I'm more articulate, a better writer. All this type of stuff comes from school, but we're not gonna go there. It's very important because he lives that foundation, like how important education is. You know what I'm saying? So since he was working, he couldn't really go to school during the daytime. He tried, but it was killing him. So he started doing night lessons with people. Not night school, night lessons. He'll walk to somebody's house and he'll find out sometimes he'll be like, yo, I'm a more intelligent person than bounce. Like, keep it moving. But that was his thing. And once he found out that Hampton University had you know what I mean, classes for African American, he rolled out. Booked it. I'm gone. He first thing smoking. I think he's like 16 years old or something like that. They ain't say it. I did some more research on Booker T. Washington. So we went out to Hampton, you know what I'm saying? Doing a little work and all that type of stuff, which was dope because once again, I'm military, and I know how much people that return from service come back and help their communities and stuff like that. And in his story, he talked about this guy, the general. I remember the general's first name, second name, whatever. The general held himself to an esteem so high it made him want to elevate himself. He said him going to college made him elevate himself, but it was the way that this general was running these people like the military. Like, you gotta dress to a certain standard, you gotta make your bed to a certain standard, you gotta wash yourself. It raised his standards of living. And it was the military man that was raising that consciousness in that community. You know what I'm saying? And have I seen this happen before? I've been there before, where I had a teacher that was a Marine officer. I'm Navy, Marine officer. You know what I'm saying? I'm enlisted, which it really didn't have anything to do about it. We had a level of respect. We both served, first and foremost. Officer ranking, that had nothing to do with it. It was how he presented himself every day, how he communicated himself, his patience with people, his background, his entrepreneurship. It was like, you're from another planet, like, and how you stand and how you were just articulate. It was like, it made me want to step my game up. I actually, what's the name? Could I afford him at the time? Actually, I could afford the service. The service was like $4,000 a month just to be around the dude, for him to mentor you. But he didn't take my money because he didn't want to swindle me. He told me, he said, once you got everything up and going, holla at me. AKA put in that sweat equity. He said it a couple times. You got to put in that sweat equity. I'm prepared for him right now, but maybe one day I have him, what you want to call it? Write something in one in front of my books or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's so educated. He inspired me. He didn't even know how much he inspired me. Like, I seen him and I seen myself to a degree. Like, I could see myself being him in a couple years. Like, that look real gangster. Like, and he wasn't like on some gangster shit. It was just so refined. And I'm so not refined. I'm so rough. And he's a Marine. He's supposed to be rough and he's refined. And I like that shit. I did like that shit a lot. And like I said, in the book, he talked about the military guy coming and bringing elevation up. So, hang around military people. Maybe. I don't know. Certain military people, I ain't going to give everybody the green light for that. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. But the mass majority is probably people that you want in your corner. So moving forward, he becomes a great student and graduates. Then somebody gives him some responsibility and say, hey, go down to Alabama and start a school. I don't know, start a school. Like, whatever, we don't care. You're the man. Go down there and go do it. We don't care. It's not about that. Just somebody start something down there. That's what we want. So he went down to Alabama and, behold, creates Tuskegee University, which, you know what I mean, pumped a whole bunch of Air Force officers, Chair Force officers into service, you know what I'm saying? I only said it like that because the Air Force did not let me in, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Navy. I'm a Navy dude. But I still remember, y'all start looking, no, we can't let them in. They're not an Air Force material guy, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking my little crap. I got love for the Air Force. My favorite aircraft is in the Air Force. But I'm a little hurt. I'm going to get over it one day. I could have been working on F-22s, A-10s. I'm a little bit in my feelings, just a little bit. But let me get back to it. So he starts Tuskegee, and then he lays down this legendary speech, which basically embodies you have choices in his life. You can be a part of the greatness of the South, or you could be a part of getting run over because, like, it's either one or the other. Like, it's Jim Crow South. Like, if you do something great, or they looking to put you in jail, which is coming in the pipeline. It's like he gave the door, and it was a beautiful speech. This is a beautiful speech. You know what I'm saying? Be great or be hated. It was masterful words. You know what I'm saying? It was a masterful speech. You know what I'm saying? And I actually listened to the audiobook on YouTube, so you ain't got to buy the book. Go on YouTube. You can listen to the audiobook and be inspired, because the thing about it shows a lot of people don't admit how education and learning and enlightenment makes you a better person. Like, from slavery, what made him a better person? Encountering great people and educating himself. That's pretty much it. He encountered great people, like that military guy, the general, that made him want to carry himself to a higher esteem. And then once you got the higher esteem, you got the education to articulate the words that is needed. He had both. And then he had the back. He's got some backing, some people behind him, because he has some people behind him. So I guess those three. He mastermind. Well, that's the two. He's around right people and he educated himself. So educate yourself and hang around the right people. And don't do no nut stuff. And pretty much you should be successful. You know what I mean? And one thing I did, because I did some outside research, this was not in the book, was the philosophy of you need people that's just higher education people, these doctors, lawyers, this, that, and third. But don't forget that we need the basic masons and electricians to put these houses together. Because how many people need houses? How many people need stuff worked on? Like, the reality, you need these type of labor intensive workers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you don't want to work with your hands no more, but supply meets demand. You'll probably get richer. I mean, depending on the season, industry, location. Being that mason than being a lawyer sometimes. Being a plumber than being a lawyer sometimes. Definitely a plumber. Plumber, I done heard plumbers make over $400,000 a year just killing it. So, you know what I'm saying? I like how he brought that to light. Even somebody like me, like, and I play on both waves. Like, I'm enlightened with the book writing, poetry, and this, that, and third, but I'm turning wrenches on airplanes, IT shit. Like, either way, we need both. You need enlightenment, you need the enlightened, and you need the people that's gonna turn wrenches, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. And it's dope that he created a school. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get into more research on this W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington debate. I'm gonna get into it. Not now. I'm gonna do some more research, and it's like both of them was leading us to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Because you need the labor force. You need to be thinking about industry. But at the same time, nobody want to be getting harassed and smacked up while I'm working or when I come home and stuff like that. So they were both needed. You know what I'm saying? And maybe W.D. Du Bois seeing how bad Jim Crow is about to be and said, yo, I can't stand on the same ground you stand on at all, because I know how bad it's going to get. Matter of fact, you know how bad it's going to get. So, but the reality, these people do live in the South, and it's just heinous down there. It's just like, this the reality. Like, who's wrong, who's right? Nobody. Because fear is a factor for some people, and fearlessness is a factor for some people. So who's right, who's wrong? Nobody. What's right, what's wrong? In my opinion, none of them. Because if I'm scary as hell, I'm falling under what's going on. If I'm smart as hell and I'm not scared, I'm moving away from the South. I'm going where you ain't scaring me, you ain't trying to kill me and all that type of shit. But at the same time, I might not be able to afford it, so I'm stuck down here. So now you stuck in. Do you really want to be the boys or you want to be Booker T? Like, this is reality. Like, a lot of people talk, but when you in some real shit, it's like people talk about what it's like to be black or whatever in America, whatever like that. But they're not black. They never really experienced. You had friends, but you never seen the stares of people staring at you days on end like a weirdo, like days on end. Weirdo, like they looking at you weird. This is days, years on end. Some people live in these environments where they don't leave and just live, where people look at you uncomfortably to make you feel uncomfortable. Like they don't know that feeling. Like you can't transfer that feeling. So I don't know. I'm about to get on a rant. So go out there, read Up From Slavery. Read Unconscious Wealth Building, War Knock Uncut, which is my book, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of the same. War Knock Uncut, you know what I'm saying? Like, drug dealing is like the bottom of entrepreneurship, slavery. Which you get arrested, go to jail, you're in slavery. So, the bottom of entrepreneurship is drug dealing. The peak is you own a business, you're paying taxes, and you're getting that wham, which happens in War Knock War Knock Uncut. But I say War Knock Unconscious. No, I don't think that'd be a good title. War Knock Uncut. So yeah, go out there, go get your copy. It's on Amazon. Probably on my website pretty soon, but that's another story. Some more reviews will be coming out soon, so make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and subscribe to the Hilton's Honors Program because, you know what I'm saying, they not paying me for sponsorship yet, but they're going to start paying me pretty soon, you know what I'm saying? I'm at one of their beautiful locations, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, do all the above, you know what I'm saying? They got some nice art in here too, you know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. Like, if you see my stuff, I ain't going to show you the bid right there, but you the art. And I love art. So yeah, sign up to the Hilton's Arts program so you get some free stays, some points, uh, some VIP shit. It is some VIP. When you get up to the diamond level, it's some VIP shit that goes down. I'm diamond, so I'm not gonna tell you what's going down, but you you get more. You enjoy more. Like I just walked out of one room to another room. I paid for a smaller room, but I'm in a bigger room. That's VIP. I'll holler.